Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at it. Come on. There we go. February. Okay. Post this down. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm doing all right. We did lose a little bit, but we're doing all right. Do. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Everybody out there losing their minds on this pre-market, right? Morning, Yuri. What's SPY doing? Why is everybody freaking? SPY's at 387. Run for the hills. SPY's at 387. Oh wait, don't run anywhere. Guys, come on. Okay, number one rule, guys. What's the number one rule? Right? I love it. I just love it. SPY. Oh no, we're at 387. Look at this. We're way down here. We're off the charts entirely. Let's go back a year. Simma. Simma, simma. GXO, 6 months in a row. Let's go. Oh, good morning, everybody. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? It is quite the day today, isn't it? Ooh, found me over on Twitter. Nice, nice. Yeah, guys, I'm not sweating this again. I am in long-term hold. Do you hold any stocks that are in the SPY? I do not. No, I hold nothing that's in the SPY. Actually, that's not true. In my options portfolio, I do have some stocks that are. Where did I put my bloody phone? Um, hmm, I'll have to track that down. I do have some stuff in my options portfolio that is SPY, but I can't open my options without my phone, and I don't have my phone. Okay, we back. I had to go get the cell phone. Left it downstairs. All right, Marbies, what are we doing? Let's do the insane lane to get started. Get in, get in, get in. You guys are playing against me. You know it. You know it. Come in. So that's the one for today. These are just dirty. Don't drop. Everybody go ahead. Oh, GXO with his fancy little Marby train. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so the options are opening up. Let me see. Yeah, so I've got Gap. I've got ET, which is boned. I've got Macy's puts. I've got Huntington. I've got CCL calls. I've got Sabre calls. I've got Coke calls. SNDL calls. GameStop puts. SNDL calls again. But SNDL's not on the. So Coke, Gap, Sabre, CCL, Huntington, Macy's, ET. I've got some stuff that's SPY affected. It looks like cruise lines are doing just fine right now. Top 20 trending stocks on Benzinga is now doing articles, guys, via Swaggy Stocks on what the top 20 tickers are from Wall Street Bets. Today they are GameStop, Palantir, Tesla, Boeing, Riot, Apple, AMC, Sundial, BlackBerry, Neo, AMD, Rocket, Nokia, UVXY, Corsair, Afria, United Airlines, Amazon, Square, and Mara. So most of these are fairly typical. I don't see anything new that's popped on here. Afria maybe, but not really. Otherwise, it's just more of the same. But how huge is that? And then Motley Fool continues. This guy, I guarantee that this is going to be Williams, right? No, Rick Minares. 3 stocks to avoid this week: Blink, Fun, and SNDL, in this guy's opinion. Oh, he's also recommending you stay away from CCIV given all the hype. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not worried about any of those guys. They're into January. Like I got lots of time on those. All right, let's get this ball started. We'll get through this. You guys can pick the tick for the week. We'll do some breakdown on what I'm seeing pre-market, and we'll go from there. Do 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 do. Uh-oh, somebody's in the lead. Come on, don't cuck me in this. Don't cuck me in this. Give me a win. Give me a win. I haven't had a win in a while. Oh no, GXO with the train coming. You can see him. He wants it. Rigged. You know it. You know it. You know I rig it like that. Monday morning, best time to rig it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, I almost went all the way through and then I got stuck in this thing. Oh no! Ah, there it goes. There it goes. Gave it all up. Had a solid lead and I gave it all up and there's no way I'm getting it back. Triton's gonna take it for sure. He cannot be stopped, this man. What is this, like 4 wins in the last 2 weeks? Triton takes it again, ladies and gents. Triton takes it again. All right. All right. It's all you. What do you want? Name your ticker. Any ticker. DNN this morning. All right. All right. Denison Mine Corporation. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I know that Saturday I did try to log in a couple of times and stream, and OBS was just not having it. They were like, no, I don't think so. I don't think you're doing that today. So I did still do my DD, guys. There are a few things that I am watching for sure this week, but is of right now. I haven't looked at it, guys. There's like a million SPACs right now. Okay, so SPAC tracks, guys. Here's the new calendar. This will give you a breakdown of what's going on where. What is Enovix? Lithium ion. RSVA. Yeah, that's already up. He's up. He's up. He's up. Like this is the calendar for SPACs, guys. Yeah, that can be common, having an Asian approval or a European approval before the US. The SPAC tracker, guys, SPAC tracks could be very useful. Again, remember, guys, that IPOs, they've got their initial S1s, they've got warrants, they've got mergers completed. So GMTX had a merger completion. Playboy merger completion. This is really the one that I'm looking for, is the merger completion dates, guys. Those are the ones that I want to know are happening. I have found that consistently on the day of the name change, if you start buying that stock on the day of the name change, most people can actually get in to their shares. So let's say PLBY, right? So PLBY on the day of its name change, which was here, this drop. This happened because the name changes, and then people can't actually actively trade this stock. And so you could have bought in down here at like 11.80, $12. But even if you had bought in on the open on the day here, the high of the day was 13 on the Thursday when they did their name change. Can't see what I'm showing. My bad. Okay, so this red candle here. Let's go 10 days. So this dip back here, guys, this is their name change date where it drops down. But I mean, even if you bought it at the gate at 13.30, right? the following day, most people have access to what they're doing. Most people have access to their shares again, and you see the price spikes up. Now, you may not get out at the high, but even if you got out there, from 13.30 to 14. Let's open up the Zoom window, info window. Okay, so let's go by day instead of by 30 minutes. Okay, so here's the name change day, guys. On the 12th, opened at 13.10, high of 13.30. Following day, high of 16.50. Following day, high 15.70. So, what I'm seeing consistently is, am I still hanging on to MRS? No, I got out, sadly. I got out the day before it spiked to 70. That's my bad. Bitcoin's dropping below 50K. That's fantastic. Come on in. Thank you very much. Large glass of water, please. Mara's having a nice pullback. Yeah, I imagine with Mr. Biden or Mr. Musk saying he thinks that Bitcoin's overvalued. It's great to see Mara coming back a little bit. 36, yeah, that's great. Come in. Reasons why I'm looking at CURLF, simply because of New Jersey legalization. New Jersey goes legal today, guys, so long as the governor doesn't veto. So, well, and the nice thing is that it's outside.
I love that.
What's up? I see you over there, monkey slapping keys on YouTube. Sentiment on the market is down. I'm not. My sentiment on the market for the day, guys, I always drop my morning notes in. My morning notes for today are trading sentiment of HODL. That is all.
I love how all that they got from that GameStop hearing wasn't that they were artificially the processes need to be speed up or updated to the current rules or anything like that. The sentiment was, oh, we should probably raise capital gains taxes because these guys have money now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. How do we make more money off it? Shocker. Who would have guessed that that's what they were leading with? Holy crap. Mara's, it's just going. Youch.
And I don't know if this is accurate or not because I saw this whole thing as a timeline of showing like how Newsweek said $1,400 seemed to arrive by mid-March as House readies vote on Biden package. Then The Hill says U.S. to deliver $200 million to WHO, fulfilling contributions delayed under the Trump administration. And then some other news outlet called Breaking 911 saying that Biden has authorized the Wuhan Institute of Virology to receive U.S. taxpayer funding through to 2024. Priorities.
I mean, Biden is about to announce changes to the Paycheck Protection Program that includes a 2-week window that only businesses with less than 20 employees can apply for loans. Okay, what else? Elon Musk needs to come clean on Tesla's emissions.
Yeah, that's an op-ed from uh
Bloomberg.
yeah, it's such bullshit. It's a typical freaking news hit piece that is full of shit that doesn't know anything.
Well, I mean, they're not wrong in the assertion that building new plants to make more cars is going to increase a carbon footprint. What they're not factoring in is the reduction on CO2 emissions as a result of the solar drive that's happening from Tesla. So,
Well, the thing that what was it? The the article was citing that whatchamacallit, the energy in China needed right for these electric vehicles. The carbon shit that the electric vehicles are going to offset are literally being offset by, because China's so coal rich, so coal dependent. It's going to burn all the coal to generate the energy to power the electric vehicles, which is not going to really make too much of a difference, or just make things worse because they're going to have to burn more coal or some shit.
ladies and gentlemen, before we get the bell here and we start into the day, anybody here on mic, myself included, we are not financial experts. We are not even financial semi-experts. We are complete degenerates. You are not to take anything that you hear here as financial advice. It is completely for the memes, the mockery, and the fun of it. I'm here to educate on what my process is, and I am learning myself. This is my second year in the market. As you can see, I'm a Canadian hobo. So please do not take financial advice in any way from this. If you need a financial advisor, I'm more than happy to start making some recommendations for financial advisors that I know are of good repute. If you're in Canada, I am speaking Wednesday with a firm, as well on in the US. I do have a couple of folks, Rebels included, that are excellent financial advisors that can give you financial advice. What I am doing here is educating you guys into my process. That is it. That is all. But as of the end of the week, guys, I should have a solid group of financial advisors from the States as well as Canada that I can recommend you to, should you be going that route. You're from New Jersey. What's happening? As of today, by the end of day, you guys will have legal weed so long as the governor doesn't step in and veto it.
I'm just reading what this Bloomberg op-ed is saying. It's not truthful. It's just an opinion.
It's the beauty of op-eds. You don't have to be accurate.
You don't have to slander them, but you don't have to be accurate per se.
What is that? Uh-oh, Dogecoins is trending. Dogecoin prediction at $10. Do I think the whole sector will run? No, probably not the whole sector. I think it's going to be the most hypey stock. So I think SNDL is going to do well. It's super hypey. I think that CURLF is going to do really well. And then ACB tends to do fairly well off of hype. So that's kind of where we're at. The Joysies, the Joyzy Shore. Recreational. Triton, it's recreational. The big issue was the underage thing, but they've dealt with that, and apparently it's just going to lead to fines. Community service and fines. This is commentary. Okay. Yeah, I have. That's what SPACs do. PSTH did something similar. I more than ever. So imagine what happens if the Lucid deal doesn't go through. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with Sean. I am with Sean. Yeah, Triton. I saw that with Kintera. That doesn't really mean squat to me. Um, FDA, where the money at? FDA, where the money at? So again, guys, I will be using this regularly now. I should probably create a command for this, actually. Stream moments. Yeah, do this, do this. Custom commands. We'll make the command SPAC. Do 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 do. Okay, that should work. That'll take you to the calendar. I'm not meaning to show anything else. Yeah, no. I want you guys on that chart because that's what we're going to. DNN is what we're watching out the gate here, guys. Here we are. Let's go to 2 days. Down a little bit. Not a lot of movement on this one. This is kind of a fizzle pop kind of deal. Let's see. SPY. How's SPY feeling out the gate? 387.50. Mara's definitely a buy the dip in my opinion. Definitely. T-God's down a penny. Do 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 do.
Hey, Rita's on.
What?
On Discord and everything. I don't know if she's on stream yet.
She's in Denver. Holy crap. Look at the Mara options for January. Arm and a freaking leg.
I forgot how fast she can pick up and move.
Well, I think she still got her stuff in Texas.
Ah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not really seeing. Take this off here now. HII is doing well. So for the options portfolio, guys, down $5 on the day. Hill got a good contract here.
You're still in Hill?
Not Hill. Sorry, Huntington. I keep saying Hill because I see HII. No, Huntington. Huntington guys got a multi-billion-dollar contract over the weekend, so they're doing all right. I am green on 3 of my leaps and red on 4, but I think Coke coming to 60 is not actually going to be that difficult by January. SNDL, I think, is about to see its heyday. Next time it runs up, I'm going to get out of my call, at least the 2022 one. And then GME puts, that's just a wait and watch. It's down to 45, so it's not crazy, but it's there. It's there for sure. Clover showing some upwards movement, but I'm not really seeing a ton that is crushing it today. I'm going to be down for sure. FTOC's up a little bit, but not a ton. T-God's down again. Yep, it's going to be another red day. Until I get news on the pot sector, really, it's going to be a long day, I think. It's just going to be hodl, hodl, hodl. So we're going to look at news. We're going... Yeah,
I know the
we'll
market's down.
Yeah, the market is down.
I know the market's down, but my portfolio is only slightly up.
Yeah, I mean, I am heavy into pot, guys, so until there's news in that sector, my portfolio is going to be down or sideways. Zomedica, that's waiting on announcements into March, so again, that's another hodl. So for me, guys, it'll be watching the news, watching what's trending here. I'm happy to look at tickers that you guys throw out. I'll open up the notepad here. Actually, I think I have a journal here. Suggested reads, trading rules, trading journals, stream tickers to watch. So if you guys have tickers that you would like me to take a look at, I'm happy to do that. We do have a list here of ones that I've broken down in the past, but I'm more than happy to, we can just scrap this. There's nothing here that was like, ooh, this is fantastic. I don't think. There may have been something here. Okay. If you guys have tickers, go ahead, throw them in chat. I'm going to go use the washroom real quick. I'll be right back, and then I will start breaking down news, tickers, what's happening today, and we will get into potential plays for the week. Okay, BHTG, yeah, we can throw that in there. Top news is Bitcoin falling hard through 50,000. We are currently watching Bitcoin at 52, so it's buying back a little bit from that initial fall. 6 stocks, hedge funds, and mutual funds love, don't care. Consumer stocks like Starbucks and McDonald's tip to see historic recovery. Yeah, no duh. CCIV is soaring on Lucid. I don't know that that's real. Yeah, ACRX has a good potential for a swing. We still don't have an announcement from them, I don't think, on when their earnings are. Yeah, not confirmed. I'm sure there will be. I bet you Tesla buys Bitcoin on the dip. You kidding? I bet you. I bet you. No confirmed earnings date yet. Okay, Royal Caribbean had earnings. I don't see anything else here. Dish, Discovery. I know that they have. Doesn't Earnings Whispers do like an image? Like these are the big ones for the week. I think they do. Okay, here it is. Okay. After the close, MRO is tonight. That could be big. Home Depot, Macy's, Crocs. Oh, Macy's. Ooh. Let's go.
CIDMs tonight.
That doesn't matter.
CIDMs tonight. I just want this to hurry up and run millennials before the summer so I can get my capital back.
I don't want it to run. I don't have capital to get in yet. Yeah, we can definitely
It's a Chinese stock.
Wagon.
No, it's that Chinese stock that you backed out of. I'm still in it, but wait, I thought that you didn't want to get in there.
I'm gonna get back in. I think on the news of them acquiring horror that whatever that horror was, Scream Channel or whatever. So we've got Canadian banks. That doesn't mean anything. Square is good. Hillian.
Wait,
that's gonna be a nightmare.
Test Millennium.
Bausch. Yeah, what's up?
But CIDM's the Chinese stock.
I know. I'm aware. Six Flags, Iron Mountain on the Wednesday.
Yep, I know. That was on my radar for quite a while, along with Six Flags.
Yeah, Wednesday's a big day, guys. Wednesday's Overstock, Lowe's, Six Flags, Iron Mountain, Nvidia, Teladoc, Redfin, Viacom. That's gonna be big. I bet. Who thoughts on the good old Domino's Pizza? How we think that's doing? I bet you Domino's is making a pile of money this time. Just a ridiculous pile of money. Norwegian guys, so we'll see how Norwegian's bleeding out. Camping World, I'm interested to see what their forecast is.
Beyond Meat's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Beyond Meat will be interesting. Rocket, there's been a lot of hype on Rocket.
Nikola.
Actually, Thursday's pretty big too. So Moderna, Plug, Best Buy, Domino's, Wayfair, Norwegian, Camping World, pre-market, and then after Salesforce, Rocket, Etsy, Beyond Meat, Galactic, so space, Nikola, Airbnb, and then Friday we've got DraftKings, Kronos. So for you Kron fans out there, and AMCX, wasn't AMCX the one that was heavily shorted?
Yes, I think that's also on that Catalyst watch thing you usually peruse.
Yeah, that's Friday before open. With Six guys, it's all about the guidance. With Six Flags, it is all about the guidance, guys. And remember, Six Flags was one of the ones that stayed open. They actually had their parks open.
They were hemorrhaging cash, though.
Yeah, I think they'll be okay. I think the guidance will be there's no international travel, so we expect park attendance to be way, way, way up this year through the summer because people are going to want to go out with the family, but they're not going to be able to go international, so they're still going to want to take the kids out and have a good time. So theme parks
Well,
are a
I,
really
I
solid play for that.
well, I said that I said in the morning call today that like it is my sole belief that like travel stocks might be a huge comeback if we're allowed to travel, not if we have a vaccine or anything like that, because young people don't care or read any of that stuff. All they care about is that I just want to feel the warm sun in Cancun or some shit like that. That's all they care about. They don't care about like any of that stuff. The only limiting factor I would say though is the determinant would be whether they have the money to travel. So if they are basically have got if they've basically gone broke over COVID, they won't be traveling. But if they found some way to make side income or something like that, then yeah, they will definitely travel.
Yeah, I mean, for me, CCL is a. I'm going to take this. This is good news on the day. I'm going to take this, I think. So two of these at.
CIDM was a seasonal play back in the day, and it was around. I think it was like 87, and I kept moaning about it. It didn't. It didn't. Sorry, I kept moaning about not getting in, and then I finally got in after it ran about 100%, and then um, it was a play on
Order
mostly of
filled.
their movie like film equipment as well as their the film equipment rental as well as their streaming content services. They have a lot of B movies on them, but the sentiment is that was for me at least play into summer because of seasonality as well as the film industry has been the only one of the only exceptions for the industries of like where they're allowed to continue to work, mostly because they have a lot of deep rooted political connections. So they um, were still allowed to. Like, they were one of the only industries that were allowed to work and come back in full force, or probably to a limited capacity. But the need for new content was strong. However, I didn't find this out until probably 2 weeks later, and I only stumbled across it by accident because it was actually listed as something else previously. But they have a large portion of their company owned by a Chinese holding corporation over in America, and any corporation that's Chinese or whatever is typically owned by their government. So it's like I said about Geo. If you have any moral quandaries about stuff, obviously you can take your money elsewhere. But if you don't, then just proceed with caution. That's all I could say.
Here's a part of the plane that fell on a house in Colorado, guys. How crazy is that? Pretty crazy, right? Okay, so BHTG. Let's take a look. BHTG. This is Bio High Tech Global. Okay. Reuse of organic and municipal waste. Yeah, I like it. I likes it.
Oh, I know I know your sentiment is to like not really care too much about criticism, but like this one absolutely triggered me, millennial, where this person said that I think it's ridiculous that people want to listen to these guys who only do about 30 minutes of research in the morning, and I'm like sitting here thinking it's just like, didn't I put out like a half-hour video on platinum, and didn't I spend like 3 weekends like reading up on like almost everything that I do about for the seasonal plays? Like, what the hell did this person get like the 30 minutes from?
I honestly don't mind that criticism because I agree with that criticism, to be honest. I agree. What the hell are you thinking taking any kind of financial advice from anyone on the internet? That would be kind of the big question in my mind of um, how in the world could you reasonably take
Well,
any kind of advice from anybody on the internet. Now that aside, as far as the amount of due diligence that we're doing, I think that that's a misconception. The amount of work that we're putting in. For
well,
those of you
like
guys that are unaware, I start my morning at 4:30. What is your ass doing at 4:30 in the morning?
well, my counter argument to it, and I wish I could have responded to that person, but there's no
Order
reply
filled.
feature. But my counter argument to that would be typically, so you're cheesed because you don't like the fact that we spend 30 minutes in your mind researching something when, like, for me, something it could be 3 days, 3 weekends, whatever the hell you want to count it as. But you're more than willing to listen to a guy who does TA for 3 minutes and think that that trumps essentially what could be your catalyst of why your TA runs or runs against you. That makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, I'm just a big advocate of. I'm a big advocate of uh, do your own damn due diligence, guys. That's something that I always tout. That's not financial advice. That's just good life advice. Do your own damn due diligence. Even if you're going to see, I just took DGLY calls for January 2023, guys. And we are going to get to DGLY, but I think that this is absolutely ridiculous that this is down like this, given that they are so closely tied to travel, that they are so closely tied to the NFL. I think that they are going to be just fine. I think DGOY is going to be a-okay. I think I'm going to buy a fourth contract of SNDL for 2023. Maybe not. Maybe it's okay just to hold.
Remember what you said to us last week, Millennial? You're ahead of the game right now. You should trust your research. And
I mean, it's my options portfolio, so it doesn't have it. My options plays have no rules, guys. I have no rules whatsoever for options. I can do whatever the hell I want in my options portfolio. That's fun money. I do whatever the hell I want. My equity portfolio is a different story. But yeah, guys, looking at DGLY, it's down around 2. It had a nice little spike up to 5 on the Capitol riots, but since then it hasn't done much of nothing. So for me, it's like, well, now, guys, that being said, with options, understand that that's because I started last year with 2,200 in equity, 500 in options, and just kind of let it ride. I obviously became an equity trader almost exclusively. So where I am today is still almost exclusively an equity trader. Anything that I have in options, to be fair, I did grow the 500 to 3K. So, I mean, there was a 600% gain, but it's kind of funny money. It's just there to occasionally, if I see opportunity in it, I might throw an options play out. But for the most part, I would say 90% of my options portfolio is currently locked up in leaps into January of 2022, and now I'm starting positions into 2023. So everything that's in there is long term out.
oh yeah, I saw a talk that Peter Lynch gave in Washington, and I didn't even realize, like, because it took me a long while to realize, and because I forgot all of what Peter Lynch had said back in the day when I read it, I didn't realize that you modeled a lot of your philosophy around what he does.
They're very similar. They are very similar, and the interesting thing is, I didn't read Lynch until 2 weeks ago. Two
Like
was it two
knowing
weeks
what you're
ago?
buying and everything. Yeah.
Hold on. Weekly recap. Trading in the zone. No, it wasn't trading in the zone. No, it
One up
wasn't.
on Wall Street.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see which weekly recap that was. So yeah, okay, so it was January 16th. So I had never read a Peter Lynch book until mid-January of this year. I came to my own trading rules and style through a year of trading, but reading Peter Lynch, we don't agree on everything, but we do agree on a lot. So
I just remember when I told you, because of the marketing thing, I told you, like, the like, you can suss out whether something's actually bullshit or not or whatever, right? And I got reminded during that little dinner talk that he did, was he was just like, yeah, just know what you're buying, and the best thing to do is just, like, obviously if you have a certain specialty, like if you're like a doctor or something like that, you can read medical reports and suss out whether they're bullshit, or you call up a colleague that actually works there or, like, is
yeah,
associated with that thing. And he was talking about, I love how he ended the talk, is he's just like, yeah, so I was doing research, qualitative research into Hanes brands, and I'm like, yes. What he did was he went into a department store, he bought up all the underwear there, and he just put it in his office or whatever. And he said like, you guys can take whatever, take it if you need it or if you want it or whatever. You go ahead and take it. And that was his market research to see whether people actually wanted to use and wear Hanes brands stuff.
I mean, I don't argue against the guy. I am bigger on. I know a lot of people want to talk market cap and financials and valuations and all that, but as far as I can tell, all of that shit's broken right now. Like it's just not. There's no reality to it. So for me, what I would prefer to trade is sentiment and psychology because that's at least predictable.
Honestly, as I am still formerly someone who does do a lot of technical because flow is technically technical. But in terms of catalysts, the funny thing is that it's actually more like the way I do go about flow is actually more fundamental than technical because I'm essentially front running news. I am front running people who have superior information, but the superior that news article or whether that catalyst, that fundamental catalyst, has not been released yet, and for obvious reasons, because speed of information, and by the time you get the information, it's probably like fourth or fifth hand information. So that's basically where the fundamental factor is in my uh, adaptive style is, I would say. But it's hard to gauge whether the news is good or bad 99% of the time.
Trent, you read Culture Code? Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. The only thing that I will add, guys, is I have made it. I have made a switch. I used to recommend Culture Code as the first read. By the way, guys, my whole reading list is there. I have changed the first book you should read from Culture Code to Trading in the Zone. Trading in the Zone, guys, is my recommended starter. And then Culture Code. So Trading in the Zone is going to get your head right psychologically as to how you're going to respond to how market moves, how you take your trades, developing your own trading style. Freezer burn with that 9 months. Whoa. Thank you, thank you, thank you, man. But trading in the zone, guys, is going to get your head right in developing your strategy, whether you're a TA or an FA analyst. It's going to get your head in the right play. And then from there, guys, culture code for me is important as a qualitative fundamental analyst. Not too much, man. Not too much. We are in a state of hodl. I have not taken. I shouldn't say I've not taken any trades. I've taken some options trades way out into 2023. But other than that, I have not done anything. I exited my HII play with a 25% gain this morning, so that's good. My net liquidity is about 3.1k, so we're up $100 on the options portfolio for the year. But yeah, I am just in hodl mode. When is Gap's earning? Does Gap have earnings soon? GPS? March 4th. My options expire the 19th. Yikes. Yikes. Um, okay. I wonder. I got 28 calls for Gap on March. How does my equity portfolio look at the moment? Hold on. Something like that. Yeah, that right there. What did I take? $4 calls on DJY? No, I took 250 calls for 2023. You can't read that. But you're a meat popsicle. It should be fine. Little meat popsicle should be allowed to read books about the big red dog. Um, that's not parenting advice, by the way. Don't do that. Um, all right, Domino's Pizza is expected to outperform. Shocker, right? Who here's shocked that Domino's is going to crush it again? Anyone? No? Okay, cool. Shocker, CNBC is pumping Churchill Capital. Yellen says insurance companies might benefit from this stress test. Uh-huh. Yeah, Snap is getting positive reviews, especially with their investor day tomorrow. So this is interesting news for Ocugen guys. For those of you guys that have been playing it, they're saying that they desperately need the cash to continue, so they want to do a dilution event. And the vote on that is today. If you're playing Ocugen on COVID, yeah, I mean it's back up to 53.8. Look at this. Look at this red candle. It fell to 46 before just bouncing, coming right back. News article later today. Clovis starting to run. It's back up 4.5%. Nothing, not too shabby on that. I'm kind of pissed about MRF. I should take that off my board. Just staring at it, it's killing me. Um, SHG guys, there was news over the weekend with SHG that it was looking to do a reverse split. Let's take a look at T God. How's that? Yeah, that's hurting. That's down 3.6. Okay, so overall, guys, today I'm down 300. Portfolio itself is down 12.6 grand from 90. So we're sitting about 77 grand of value on that right now. In the Canadian portfolio, I'm down 14 grand with T God. Currently about 29 grand value. Huge thank you, by the way, to all you new subs, ladies and gents. I would love for you to let me know how you found the stream, what it is you trade. Again, guys, 100 grand by the end of February was the target. Even being down 14,000 in this portfolio, the current value of this portfolio is 28.5. 78 grand in this portfolio. So between the two, 28 grand Canadian, 75, 77 grand US. I'm up over the 100 still. So I'm still, so far this year, from 50K to over 100. Yeah, I don't have iPicks. Yeah. What did I start with again? So far this year, I started with 50. Yeah. I started with 50. So by February, from January 1 to February, we've gone from 50K to 100. So then I'm down 12 right now is kind of, whatever. I don't care. SNDL is green for me. That's interesting. Interesting. I mean, TGOD isn't available in the U.S. markets, really. I mean, there's TGOD F, but that just makes it another whatever. CIDM doesn't have options, eh? No.
Nope. It was what was it, up for deletion because it was a sub dollar, but then it came back and yeah.
I'd love to see some options on that. That's too bad. Okay, ACRX. What can I get? September's the furthest out, eh? I'll take a September 250 for 80. That's not bad. See if I can get the fill here.
Autofilled.
There it is. All right. That's all my options money. Guys, I am still bullish on ACRX. Nothing has changed with that. We are in the midst of an opioid shortage. Ray Dalio's commentary on are we in a stock market bubble? Yes, we are.
I mean, we've always been in a bubble. It's just we just keep pushing it back.
I mean the lowest option you can buy on ACRX is 250 anyway, so it's not like you can wait around for a smaller option to take place. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like Slotus rule number one about dark pools is we don't talk about dark pools. If you want to discuss the latest baseball game with Redemption privately, you can definitely discuss the latest Jays game on Discord. Just shoot him a DM and see what he says. But yeah, on stream, yeah, Dark Pools does equal Fight Club. Yeah, Clover Health showing some positive upward movement, which is nice. That's great. I'm happy for it. SNDL is up a little bit. FTOC is up a little bit. ACB is up a little bit. Zomedica is down on the day. But again, guys, with Zomedica, I just
To, to answer your baseball question, let's just say they were batting. I don't know anything about baseball, but in front of an audience of 14 million people, they were batting an average of 2.85.
There you go.
And this was about 11 days ago. You know.
Okay. Guys, I will not be here Wednesday. I do have a meeting with a financial advising firm in Ottawa. It is a firm that I know a couple of guys that work there. The reason why is I want to be able to create a term for financial advisor. I know that I recommend to you guys often that you should go and see a financial advisor and seek them out, especially if you're just getting started. I want to have a Canadian firm and a US firm. I do currently have a US financial advisor that I send people to. That's where the Rebels are. There are some other ones in the States that I would recommend people to. But I do need a Canadian firm, so that's why I'm taking that meeting on Wednesday. Hopefully, I have a Canadian firm and a US firm to offer you guys. That way, if you are seeking out a financial advisor to help you as far as retirement planning, as far as education planning, home buying, any of that stuff, your portfolio assessment, they can do that for you. I can't offer you that advice. I don't want to offer you that advice, and that's not me being a dick. That's just me not. I've got my hands full with my own portfolio, so I'm still beating the SPY for the month. It's not a ton, but I am still beating the SPY for the month, so I'm okay with that. Remember, guys, I think that we can expect news from Pelosi. She likes to fluff that stimulus is coming. So when things get really, really bad, she tends to do a press release on that. So that should be any minute now we should be hearing something from her. um
How long have you been holding Saber?
mm, since January, early January.
Oh shit! Yeah, you've been in a while then.
Yeah, I've got a $20 call on Saber for January. Where are they right now?
Just below 15.
Yeah, and they've had solid growth too. Like they're doing just fine.
Just curious because someone jumped in after you, and by jumped in after you, I think they got in like this month or at some point.
Okay, so the play on Saber, guys, and the reason why I like it long term. Um, so Sabre provides tech for the travel and tourism industry. So before we see travel really recouping, what they're going to need to do is put a whole bunch of new systems and processes in place as far as booking goes, as far as logistics goes. And in order to do that, they're not going to do that manually. They're going to want somebody to create a tool for them to help them to do that. So as the travel industry recovers, data is going to go first for them. And that's where Sabre comes into play. So for me, seeing Sabre back up at 20, expect when the travel stocks run, so too will Sabre. So when you see airlines get a stimulus or cruise lines get a stimulus, doesn't Bitcoin pull back every Sunday, Monday after a big run? Not every Sunday and Monday, but some of them. But yeah, I really like Sabre into that guy's online sales and bookings because people aren't going to travel agents anymore. They're booking from home. That's a big one. U of A Parrot, thank you so much for the follow. Let me know how you found the stream, what it is you trade. Have you checked out VRT Data Center 5G? I'm not really interested in a 5G play. Um, Life cycles for data centers. Yeah. Mm. I don't know much about this. Their estimates for revenue increase is relatively small. The price on the stock is just outside my range, so this isn't really for me. It might be a play if you like data centers and you're trying to figure that out, but I don't even know how to speak to that. So GE seemed to have another 25% upside from Goldman. Goldman's super bullish on GE's shift into aviation. Macy's and Nordstrom jolted by activist action. This is the big one for me, guys. Is so if you look at these companies, so Dillard's, Macy's, Nordstrom, Kohl's, okay. Nice, man. Yeah, that one was kind of cool because Reminiscence of a Stock Operator takes you back to the 1890s through to 1920, so just before the big stock market crash. But what's interesting is as you read it, if you're listening, some of the terminology is a little bit outdated because you're talking about different styles of trading where you actually had to physically be on the floor or at a brokerage house. But the reality is the state of the market in that book is nearly identical to where we are right now. Which I know for many is like, well, doesn't the book end just before the giant stock market crash in the 1920s? Yes, it does. But just be aware of how he learned to trade in that environment, and that retail traders is not a good thing. Yeah, bucket shops, exactly. But be aware, guys, that even back then, he was a 15-year-old kid that was able to trade retail back then. People act like Robinhood is a new thing. It's not a new thing. People did this kind of thing, and he was quite proficient at it to the point where major firms had to recognize him and knew him by name because he would show up and take all the money. So this is nothing
He
new.
he also played with a handicap too because everybody complains about fees and stuff like that. He
Yeah.
actually paid extra premium on those fees, and he didn't actually like depending on your variation of big crashes or whatever, he did go through a couple of big crashes. I think it was like 2 or 3 times that he.
He went bankrupt 4 times from start to
Yeah,
finish.
yeah. So he did go through a couple crashes, but I mean, they're just part of the market, right? Part of the game. You can't win all the time.
Shut up. I can too. One of the things that he did that I don't do in Reminiscences of a Stock Trader, guys, is when he took a play, he only ever took 1 or 2 plays at the same time, and he put like 85% of his portfolio into a single play. He was either all in a play or not, and I don't do that. Which is probably why I haven't blown up an account. Is I don't put all my eggs in one basket. I guess that should go in my trading rules because that's a thing that I do, right? Trading rules. All eggs in one basket.
Oh, also, this isn't exactly a new feature, but when I was doing research on the weekend about YouTube and all that sort of stuff, right? They were introducing something called shorts,
Yeah,
and
it's like stories.
so they said that it was like their take on like Instagram/TikTok, whatever, but you can't use
Yeah.
copyrighted music and stuff like that. My question to you is, can I actually do this on my computer? Because I tried to upload the 1080 by 1920 format rather than the upside, so it becomes a vertical, but it doesn't upload to my short thing. Do I have to upload it from my phone in order for it to
Yeah,
qualify as a short, or
yeah.
fuck?
I think it's got to be mobile, and it's beta, so they're trying to figure it out still. I don't actually. I'm not a huge fan of it, other than maybe on the fly throughout the day, I might throw some shorts up on YouTube of this just happened, like breaking news kind of deal for a ticker.
Yeah.
Um, but beyond that, I don't really have a thought process. I do like it for that, the ability to put out short video content on a platform that I'm already actively using. I hate Instagram. I really do. And I'm not going to be on TikTok. I'm not. I just don't have the
No,
energy
no,
to take
and
on another platform.
my thing is that like I think that stock content is you can't do it short form. Well, I mean, the TikTok investor kids have tried to, but I think I see some legal issues with that. But they're kids, so they're not going to go after them. But I do see it as a great way to kind of like bait people to a channel. But I don't know if it's actually a feasible method. I'm just doing testing right now. I thought I just wanted to get your input on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I don't know that that's a great thing, but like it's in beta, so early adoption to play around with it isn't going to hurt. YouTube tends to reward early adopters with visibility, so that could be a potential play there. I'm not that big thing. Big Hairy Dingo, thanks for the follow, man. Let me know how you found the stream, what it is you trade. Okay, guys, looking at these retailers side by side, my bet is Macy's goes down. Okay, that's been my bet for a while, is that Macy's is going to obliterate itself. I played Macy's 2 times. Macy's was one of my first big losers, and then I revenge played it and won. Macy's again. Here we are. I'm in for round 3. We're going to see who takes round 3. I've got a put on Macy's. I don't think it's going to do well. It's up currently based off of positive news from Kohl's, but looking at competitors side by side, how old is Redemption? He calls everyone a kid. Yeah, he's in his late 20s, I bet.
I'm in my 30s, dude.
Oh, there you go. He's in his 30s, early 30s.
I'm Asian, so like there's probably a couple zeros after that 30 number that they're missing. So I have to
Yeah,
make it normal so people don't freak out.
yeah. It's Macy's. They've been around forever. Tell that to Hertz. Um, tell that to Blockbuster. Tell that to yeah.
I
So
remember the
guys,
Hudson Bay.
yeah, Hudson Bay Company. Yeah, Sears. Um, so guys, Dillard's, Macy's, Nordstrom, Kohl's. Okay. Market cap for those of you who like the market caps, right? 1.7, 4.6, 5.8, 8.3. Enterprise value 10.4, 13, 11. Now, understand, guys, that they are pricing an enterprise value on Macy's based off of their real estate. where their current store locations are. That's not off of their actual sales and revenue. This is enterprise value based off of the location of their real estate. Most of Macy's stores are in high profile positions in major cities. So their real estate is where the bulk of their money is, not actually their sales. So you'd be looking at this going, well, isn't Nordstrom more of a risk then that it has a high market cap and lower enterprise value? Macy's has only got this high enterprise value because of their massive stores. The big red flag for me, guys, is actually this next line, the employees. So Dillard's is smaller, 30,000. Then I think that comparably, that's not bad. You've got Macy's with over 123,000. They're actually the biggest as far as employees, total employees. Macy's is carrying the highest amount of employees, but their performance is dog crap. So let's take a look at actual sales. Let's go to Macy's and look at their last earnings. Macy's is closing 45 locations this year. Oh no, their Q4 earnings is this week, right? So we got to look at their Q3. Okay, so they beat on their last earnings, and when I say beat, guys, I'm gonna do this, okay? Beat. They were down 23% for the year. Year over year, down 23% last quarter. For $4 billion in sales. Okay, so who was the other competitor? The big one was Kohl's, right? Oh, that's preliminary for Q4. I want their Q3. Kohl's was down 14% with 3.9 billion. So Kohl's is bleeding less, but Kohl's is supposed to be the guy that's leading the way on these guys. Nordstrom actually had really good earnings, I thought, last time. Was it Nordstrom that took everybody by surprise? JWN, right? Yeah. Nope, down 15, 3 billion in revenue. Okay, so they've got 3 billion in revenue versus the 4 billion that Kohl's and Macy's have, but they also have, like, let's go back, what was it? Staffing wise, right? Come on. Okay, so a billion less, but we're talking 50,000 less salaries to pay along with that, right? Um, and when you're down 23% quarter over or year over year, like this is bleeding out. They're saying they're closing stores. Can they actually close the stores and sell them off fast enough? Because closing the store isn't enough. You're still on that property. You're still paying for that property. They need to be able to sell that to somebody. Who do we see coming in buying these massive, expensive locations right now in the States? Anybody think of a major retailer that is buying up locations? Amazon? Amazon's buying up brick and mortar locations across the US? Oh, data centers? Walmart would not buy a Macy's location. That's not big enough. Chinese companies? China. Maybe, but I mean, like, what are you going to put in there? Are you going to put a Neo dealership in there? That's what's going in there? Luckin Coffee, maybe? Right? No? I don't know that you'd want a retail space like this. You definitely wouldn't want Bitcoin miners here. Yeah, these are retail stores, guys, like clothing stores. You're not going to build a delivery hub out of a clothing store. Why is CCL moving? Stimulus news. Stimulus is payday. Bitcoin back up to 53. Yeah, almost 54, and then it dropped back down. But yeah. Yeah, and that's just it. Like, pictured the Times Square Macy's location, right? It, is Dick's Sporting Good really going to buy out that Macy's location? Is a grocery store really going in there? Not really. And those high profile locations are where they're bleeding that money out. I think Macy's is in for a rough year. A rough year. Now I need Macy's to screw the pooch sooner rather than later, to be honest. But um, yeah, I am now up 30% on my CCL leaps. Gap is up today. I am green on my Gap leaps, my Saber leaps, and my CCL leaps. I am down on my Coke and GME and Sundial. What is a leap? It's when you buy an options contract a year out. So instead of playing any specific event, earnings, news, whatever, you look at a business and feel, is this going to grow over a long period of time? And for me, I actually like that style of play a lot better for options because I feel like I'm fairly accurate with my long-term predictions of how businesses are going to perform. But it is getting close to 10:30 here, guys. So if you guys have tickers that you want me to take a look at, I'm happy to do that. Is Martini actually live right now? She is. Okay. Martini is live right now. So what we will do is let's go here. Emed is penny stocks. LKY is penny stocks. I think you should stay away from penny stocks in a big way. Emed has some psilocybin nonsense, but I'm not big on psilocybin. Why not just invest in the equities? Because I have money in an options account, so I might as well play some options. Also, my equity account is looking to grow. It's an aggressive growth portfolio this year, so long-term holds just aren't part of the play. Did I do this right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute blast. If you're not following, make sure you do. I will be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., breaking down tickers, helping you guys see what's going on. We'll take a look at all the crazy earnings that are coming up this week. But for now, I'm going to send you over to Martini Rita. I'm sure you guys know her. Wicked smart lady. She has nothing but my appreciation for what she does. Make sure you drop those beavers in her chat. You know how much she hates that. Later. 9 a.m. Eastern. Yep.